think I'll talk about the savage spirit and what's been happening to this very repressed part of our human state, or Western European state, I will add. This savage spirit is quite common amongst the Northern and Western Europeans. Now, if we go back a few centuries, the common man, including the nobility, encouraged the savage spirit. They'll fight at a drop of the hat, fight to the death, and this savage spirit was something that the controlling authorities at the time had a very direct approach when it came to chastising and dealing with those over-imbued with the savage spirit. In short, the answer was the boot and the thick knout across the head to deal with savages. So do people still have this noble savagery about them today? Yes, they do. I would say it's been repressed since the 18th century. Had the Victorians come across with their dark, moody, melancholic hypocrisy in everything they ever dealt with philosophical wise, and they subdued the savage spirit. I won't say completely, but in a way that made it dormant. So does it still exist? Of course it does. It exists amongst the white working class. It exists amongst the upper crust. Not so much the burgeoning, let us say, increasing in number middle class, but it certainly does in the white working class and in the upper crust, who are connected directly through this savage spirit, and they're itching for a fight. You see enemies all around them, invaders if you like, and they're not happy. They see politicians blustering away in their manufactured public schoolboy voices, promising them change, promising them an end to the main topic at the moment, which is population replacement, without ever giving them, the savages, including myself, the result they want. So what does the savage spirit do? It becomes more and more frustrated. And when you have Farage, a Romanian Jew, or you have Johnson, an American Jew, mouthing off in their manufactured public school voices that they're going to make this change and that change, it makes them even more angry. Then you have the common speech of the godless Labour Commie Party, and these Marxists are in turn themselves savages, but they're not a direct savage. They are the sneaky kind of savage who likes to pervert, undermine and insinuate themselves against who they consider to be their enemy. And at the moment, because they can't control the white working class savages, they're doing their best to repress them, because they're the ones who got them into power and who have put them in this unassailable 20% of the vote, overwhelming majority in the Westminster Knesset. Their real enemy are the upper classes, who they've always hated, who they've always aspired to be with, but they will always be rejected, just like the public school boys present in every British media outlet. These are public school boys whose parents aspired for them to put as much distance between them and the white working class as they could. And in lots of ways they've been quite successful in that. So they go the middle ground as usual, never commit themselves, never ally themselves. They just sit it out in the middle, waiting for something to happen. And whatever way it goes, that they see as advantageous, they will go that way. So the true savages are the white working class, Labour Party, such as Starmer, such as Reeves, who just about hate everyone. And then we have the upper class, who shake their heads in disbelief and who hide their anger. I feel as though there needs to be an alliance between the white working class savage and the upper class savage. I think this would achieve the most remarkable results in sorting the dire situation out in the UK. Something that we need. We need direct action, because nothing's working. And I explained in my previous videos, there is no political solution now. You can have Farage, you can have Starmer, you can have the so-called Tory hopeful Nigerian lady, Kemi, I don't even know what her name is, I'm not interested. Well, anyway, her, not a chance, they're not going to do anything. But we're at a point where this status quo can't be maintained. It's just not going to happen that this situation we find ourselves in, of population replacement, of the decline of Great Britain to a third-rate second world economy, which we're almost at now, is not something that is sustainable in any way. I think the savage spirit needs to be unleashed. Just think in terms of the Anglo-Saxons, when the Danes or the Vikings invaded, the only thing they would ever say would be oot, oot, oot. And that's all that's needed. It's very simple. Think about what I'm saying, and I'll get back to you. Thank you.